Hi, I'm Rebecca McLaughlin-Eastham, and this is Business Line, your global business barometer, coming to you from the Capital Club in the heart of Dubai's financial district. As news of the spread of the coronavirus continues to generate headlines across the world, some analysts are forecasting that it could wipe up to 2.4 trillion euros off the global economy. And apprehension is building amongst some travelers.
Following a string of travel bans, including from Europe's Schengen zone to the US, the closure of holy sites like Mecca, and region-wide lockdowns, all aimed at stemming the spread of the coronavirus Covid-19, and travellers from pilgrims to package holiday makers are unsure whether to cancel trips, and if they do, what refunds they're entitled to.
They've been very clear about certain destinations, certain parts of destinations where you simply should not go at the moment. It's very important that people follow that advice. Now, if they booked on a package holiday, the tour operator would not send them, simple as that.
Tour operators are particularly hard hit as they bear the financial brunt of cancellations for certain major events and pilgrimages.
If you're going on Hajj, believe it or not, it's defined legally as a package holiday. And if a tour operator can't provide whatever it happens to be, in this case, a Hajj trip, they have to give the money back or let the person rearrange at a later time. So they'll all be covered. That's not good news for the tour operators, obviously, but those pilgrims don't have to worry about their money.
Travel advice changes as health authorities deem whether a country is considered risk category 1 or 2, and this will affect insurance policies.
The overall advice is not to go to category 1 countries because the risk is perceived as too high. If you choose to go to a category 2 country, then there may be some risk, but that's partly your decision. Your insurer will also have a view on this. So some insurers will cancel or accept a cancellation and pay you your money. Others will not accept a cancellation. So then you're in a quandary, because do you go to that country on the possibility that subsequently it gets labelled as category 1?
Medical professionals affirm that one of the best protections against the coronavirus is taking extra care with personal hygiene. It's also important to avoid unnecessary trips to crowded areas and remain up to date with which places are most affected.
The Capital Club has been ranked amongst the world's top 10 most exclusive private members clubs. And its general manager, Ian Palmer, has something of a reputation for helping big hospitality brands boost their profits. I sat down with him to find out what it takes to run a club like this, which counts some of the biggest business names as its members. Ian, you have something of a reputation for being able to reverse the fortunes of flailing companies. Tell me, what equipped you with the skill set to do that?
Even as a young teenager, I was working in hospitality and catering and putting up marquees and doing cocktail parties and like. But I started washing pots at the Savoy in the banqueting department, then moved on to the administration of banqueting and then into room service and then into pretty much every single department in a 5-star hotel, not just the Savoy, but Claridge's, the Berkeley, the Connaught and so on. So having an intimate knowledge of what you need to do in hospitality to be able to know what your costs are, you know, what type of people to employ in different departments, that's the knowledge base that has sort of set me up to be able to understand what we need to do to fix businesses as well as start them.
What's the key to success when running a private members club?
Getting to know your clients, first and foremost. Hospitality is about breaking bread, it's good food, it's good drinks, nice atmospheres. You know, understanding what people want, but if you don't get to know your client base and your guests sort of intimately first before you go to market, then you're going to have some problems.
What are the challenges associated with running an organisation like this in the current economic climate?
You're always going to be at the mercy of the economy and other people's businesses. I mean, we're going through it right now with coronavirus, and some of our clients, you know, by virtue of just keeping their staff healthy and making decisions like cancelling events of 20 people and over. So, of course, that has a knock-on effect with us. But what we have to do is react to that and then offer a safe environment for people to come and do their business because, you know, life goes on.
What unique business networking opportunities do you offer here?
We're working with Microsoft at the moment to be able to understand our members even better and what their interests are and what kind of business introductions they want, and then our membership team actually make those introductions when they're relevant, of course. I mean, the DIFC recently ranked number 8 in the financial global markets. Having the Capital Club here, it's an anchor for business, so we do attract a lot of the top business people.
In the past, perhaps there's been a perception that private members clubs were for the privileged few. Do you see that changing?
So Dubai, I think, is going to be a fantastic city for private members clubs. won't be just for the select few. You'll start to see people wanting to get involved with the sort of events and the content that clubs can bring together. So it's more to do with a community and and a place to belong.
The cancellation of one of the motoring world's biggest events, the Geneva Auto Show this year, didn't stop car manufacturers from racing to unveil their 2020 offerings. German giants from Audi and BMW to Porsche, Volkswagen and Mercedes all did so in quick succession. And also going ahead was the coveted Car of the Year prize.
Peugeot's 208 hatchback was named Car of the Year at an empty convention centre after coronavirus put the brakes on the Geneva Motor Show. The ceremony, which is usually staged in front of hundreds of journalists, was live streamed after the Swiss government banned all public and private events involving more than 1,000 people.
The situation is not that easy, and everybody here is sad about the situation. But the decision of the federal government was clear, and we had no choice. We had to cancel.
Peugeot beat off competition from the BMW 1 Series, the Ford Puma, the Porsche Taycan, the Renault Clio, Tesla Model 3 and the Toyota Corolla.
I can tell you that we are very, very happy to be honored by the Car of the Year. 208 is a fantastic car, and the jury is superb, so I can tell you that in the company it is a huge effect.
Car manufacturers used the event as a launchpad for unveiling their latest models. Many opted to showcase via video press conferences and online announcements in light of the lockdown. German car maker BMW debuted its all-electric i4 concept that claims a range of 600 kilometers and an output of up to 530 horsepower.
With BMW i, we have pioneered a new type of mobility and created a new and cleaner form language fitting to zero-emission mobility.
Meanwhile, Porsche debuted its new 911 Turbo S with around 650 horsepower. It sprints from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in only 2.7 seconds. Elsewhere, sustainability was a key theme for brands. And over at Mercedes-Benz, which hopes to become CO2 neutral over the next 2 decades, the latest E-Class range and additions to its plug-in hybrids were rolled out.
Our studies show that 90% of your daily commutes in general are less than 50 kilometers. So your primary drive is emission-free, and that's really the purpose of this vehicle.
Well, that is a wrap of Business Line, but do be sure to join me again next time for a roundup of the biggest business and investment stories from around the world. I'll catch you then.